Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Leonardo G and today I bring something a little bit different, as you might guess from the title. Warframe versus the First Descendant. Now, I've been playing both games and I'm enjoying both of them, but as I do, it is impossible not to see the similarities and differences between the two. Personally, I think the biggest difference between the two is actually the 11-year gap one has against the other. Obviously, the content is much greater in one than in the other, the community is also much bigger in one than in the other, but the quality of life and polishment is also much greater in one than in the other. As such, I've decided to make a small list of things where both games come into contact and do a little comparison video. It's not about quantifying the content, but it is in revealing the minutiae in some game systems, mechanics, and design. This is in no particular order, it is just something players and even the devs, if they watch this, might want to take a look or take into account in future updates. So here we go. Relics vs Amorphous. Warframe's relics can be bought in from syndicates in packs, but they are RNG, meaning you don't know which relic you're gonna get. And when you open them with teammates, you can pick whatever reward you like. On the First Descendant, Amorphous are exact drops from missions and you can open immediately on Albion. In both cases, the rewards from opening these items are RNG, but there are ways to improve your odds. Companions versus Fellows. In Warframe, you can mod companions, and they have several advantages. They dig for items, they open lockers, they get more loot, they attack enemies, provide buffs, etc. But they do take damage, and they can be put out of action for a while.
Reinforcements are inbound. Hold the line.
The First Descendant Fellows are there to clean/organize your inventory. Different fellows provide different buffs, like some provide health power at certain intervals, others MP at certain intervals, but that's it. You cannot mod them, however, they are immortal throughout the entire missions. Mission Reward Support System. Now, both games rely heavily on characters and weapons that you have to craft, and these parts fall from missions. Now, the reward themselves are RNG, but here I'll be talking specifically on other ways to get these rewards, easier paths to the same goal. Warframe has what we call in the community a pity system, a word that I hate, but per mission, you get an item that you can accumulate in an exchange for whatever reward you want. Maybe a part, maybe a blueprint, maybe for a weapon, maybe for a character. The First Descendant as what I call a frequent flyer system, where you before you do the mission, you select the reward that you want, and the more you play said mission, the better your odds improve to get said reward until it's 100% sure that the reward will drop on that mission. Mods. In both games, you get modules that you can upgrade to improve characters and weapons. In both, you can change the symbol of a particular star so it takes only half the space. You can also combine 4 mods to create a new one, and you can dissolve duplicate mods to get resources to then level up said mods. This is exactly the same in both games. Warframe has mods that work together between characters and weapons, such as Vigilant mods, Augur mods, and others. You have 4 elements that you can combine in 4 different ways, giving you 8 different elements in total. You can change slots with Omniforma that fit any polarity, which means any symbol can be put into that slot. But you also have ribbons that have buffs and debuffs for weapons, and you can reroll these for better stats. The First Descendant has only 4 elements. You cannot combine these to get new elements. You have ancestor mods that have buffs and sometimes debuffs, but this time is not for weapons, but is for your characters. And you can also reroll these to get better stats. Now, like I said, you do not have these for weapons because you can already reroll weapon stats in your workbench from the get-go. From the moment you build your weapon, you can do this right from the beginning. But furthermore, and concerning mods, in the First Descendant, you can combine multiples of 4 to create new mods and not just 4 turn by turn. You can also immediately select all your duplicates to dissolve and not one by one like you do in Warframe. Vehicles. Now here I'm not going to expand a lot because Warframe does have more vehicles than the First Descendant, so I'm just going to focus on those that intersect, which is the vehicles that you use to move around in the open world. Warframe has hoverboards that you can customize, race, and shoot while you ride in them.
Now, let's see what you're packing.
The First Descendant has hoverbikes that you can customize. You can also race with them, but that's it. Mastery rank works exactly the same in both games. Leveling up characters and weapons allows you to increase it, giving you more slots or space, whether in mods, in storage, resources, whatever. In Warframe, this is still going on, and at each level, you need to do a challenge to unlock the Mastery rank. In the First Descendant, it is, for now, capped at 40, but you don't need to do any challenge to unlock it. You just go to a console, press a button, and that's it. Drops and resources information. Now, both games being looter games, in this case even looter shooters, knowing where to get what is very important for every player. Now, Warframe has the location and enemy faction that drop each item, and relics do not have drop chances. It just tells you where to get it in what mission. The First Descendant has location and percentile of each drop by mission and by Amorphous. You can track up to 4 materials and parts at the same time. You know the frequent flyer mission I spoke before? Well, you can have 4 items at the same time being tracked to get your rewards. So that's it. That's the video. These are the points where I think that both games intertwine a little bit better, so I can offer comparison, a level arbitrary comparison between the two. So I do enjoy both, and I think a bit of competition between them is good for the players. But overall, it is up to us, or maybe up to you, the player, to decide which one to give your time and money. Now, I have made my decision, and I hope this video helps to make your decision. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment in the comment section if you agree or disagree with something, or if there's some comparison that I might have missed. Like and subscribe if you want. And as always, have a great game, guys.